Hey, it's W5HRO here in the new shack. I'm just now getting this stuff sort of set up. I got kind of behind. I know I said I was going to do this about 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, but I had a heck of a time. I got a bad sinus infection. It's finally about gone now, and I felt like crap for the past week or so, so I haven't really done much until this last weekend. Today's Monday, and I finally got the coax run into the shack, and what I finally had to do is I had to, I'll show you here, it's kind of dark probably, but I had to run it through the outside wall into here. This is the room, the utility room, or the storage room where the water heater is and stuff. And there's this crawl space to the lower part of the house, and here's the box for our networking. I need to clean this up. I'm going to mount that router up here. It's not a router, that's just a switch. So how many port switch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 port switch. I should have put the bigger one, but we're not using that many connections in the house. This house, the guy that sold the house already had all the rooms in the house are wired for Ethernet, so it made it really easy for all the computers and everything. But that's what I had to do. I got a plug in there, just temporarily, little thing to plug the hole up. I had to run it through the outside wall. But it's pretty well sealed. I've caulked it on the outside, it's sealed. I just need to, what I'm gonna do is, I'm either gonna put a box here over this hole, or I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wind my choke ballon for the coax cable, and I'm gonna mount it right here. And this is the outside wall. On the other side, I'm like, okay, I'll just mount the stuff here. It can be in this room, it's fine. So I'm gonna wind my choke ballon there. And I may put a box there, or I may mount the thing on the wall, and I may just plug that hole up. I may cut this piece up and I may stick it in there and just plaster and paint over it so you can't see it. But then I'm going to actually wind these control cables for the remote tuner. I'm going to wind these around a couple toroids so it stops the RF from getting on the line there too. So this is going to be where all that stuff is. But there's really no way for me to get up here in this, let me see if I can turn the light on. There's really no way for me to get up here in this ceiling. The upstairs room is there, and the guy that finished off this lower, when the guy bought this house a few years ago, he had this room down here was all unfinished. It was an open room, it had a washer and dryer, and then this water heater in here. So he finished this whole lower level of the house. And then this goes out to the garage. But what I've had to do is, there's no way for me to get up in the ceiling. So temporarily, I'm just running the cable under the doors. And it's going in here through the bathroom door under that one. And then if you come in the shack, it's just coming through there, seeing through the bathroom. And let me turn the light on here, and then comes in here and then do right behind there. So that's good enough for now. What I may eventually do is I may try to figure out a way, if I wanted to make it to get it off the floor, what I could probably do is I could probably run the cable up through here maybe and just tack it along the ceiling, and then come down some way, maybe into there. I could figure out a way to do it and tack it across the ceiling in the bathroom and come down a different way so it's not on the floor. But that's what I'd have to do. But that'd be the only way to do it, because there is no way to get up in there above this ceiling or behind these walls. It is what it is. So that's what I found out, and I thought I was going to be able to do it, and there's just no way to do it. But I did get the cable into the house anyway, and I'm just now getting things set up here. So it's going to take me time. That's that Courier 23 and that amplifier I'm going to modify for 10 meter AM. And I'm using one of my national speakers on this Linko right now for receive. And that's actually, that RME speaker is actually a 4-ohm speaker. And guess what? That Courier is a 4-ohm output. So what I might do is I might use this speaker for the Courier, and then I'll use this other national speaker for this RME receiver when I get it done. But this is just kind of a temporary setup. I got to put my big map on the wall here next. I got to pull all this stuff out. And I just got this done a couple days ago. And here's my one, where is it? Which map is which? Oh, it's the other one. That other one's a big Rolling Stone poster from a tour many years ago that I went to. I had it framed. There's the U.S. map right there. It's been here ever since we moved. This is where it was in the truck when we loaded it off the truck, or unloaded it off the truck. So I got to put those pictures back up in the room. That map goes above the desk here. Then I'm going to get another desk here with a cabinet below with some doors so I can shut these power supplies down inside of it so they're hidden and everything. But that's where I am. I'm just now getting this all set up. Oh, and by the way, I probably should mention it. I'll mention it again when I do the next courier video, but I still didn't get these knobs off. What I found out was I took my magnifying glass and I looked at those things. Those are those 4-fluted things. This is that old 4-fluted, what they call that spline type. So I ordered a couple of those and I finally figured out the right size. It was not, they're not hex. They're not hex, and that's why they kept stripping, they kept spinning around. It's the old 4-fluted type of thing. So you got to have one of those spline wrenches to get the thing out with the 4 flutes, and most of those have 6 flutes. And I need this older kind that had the 4 flutes, and I actually found them. So those are on the way. So I'll be able to get those knobs off because I didn't want to have to drill those things out. Because if I have to drill and retap those nuts, because I have to get those knobs off, mainly to fix this one, because this one is shoved up against the nut and you can't hardly turn this knob. So I'm going to WD-40 those pots, get them all loose again and everything, you know, and put the knobs back on when I'm done. So that's the next step on that. But I did get a new set of tubes for it. These are new old stock 12 JB6As, so that's, I'm going to retube that amp, get it up to power. I should get that should, you know, because originally I used to use my Viking 2 on 10. The last time I was on 10 I used my Viking 2, but what's a Viking 2 good for? About 90 some watts out, like 90 watts, give or take a couple of watts. You never get the full 100 watts out on 10 meters on that Viking 2. Well, that amp right here, when I get this thing all, when I get the other tube in this courier and get the power up a little bit, get more power out of the amp, it's going to be a little more than 100 watts. So this should perform better than a Viking 2 on 10 meter AM. And if I build a DDS VFO for it, then it's going to be rock solid, right? So that's great. That'll be a great 10 meter AM setup. So I need to find a place to put the PAL in here. I don't know where I'm going to do it. I may build a little wooden cubby here to raise this up off the, like have like a couple slots above it, and then I could put some other stuff underneath it, and I'll stain it maybe the same color as this desk. I'll figure something out. But I'm going to use the Alinco temporary on all the other HF bands, like on sideband. And then this is going to, of course, this is going to be my big one for 40 and 75 meter AM. So I'm going to work on that next to get it all done. The thing, it works. I just need to button up a couple things, like I said the last time. So I'm almost ready to set all this up. I'm getting a little bit of noise this morning for some reason. Oh, it's gone now. And what I've noticed is I hear the guys real far away. The local guys come in extremely weak. But the guys at night, like say down in San Diego, are the strongest ones. So vertical, man, you know, it's long haul antenna. Get vertigo from looking up at the vertical, you know. Get cute about it, I guess. But verticals work great, man. It's going to be, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to work some of the guys I used to know back across the country, and this is going to do it. The only drawback is the guys who are locally, they're going to be weaker than they're going to be PW. They're going to be piss weak. So, but the guys far away are going to hear me like gangbusters probably, and I'm hearing them. What's funny is I can get on 40 meters. This antenna, my antenna does tune on 40. There's the stepper tune box. It's all working, just those buttons are a piece of junk, like I said, and I've got these other ones that I'm going to replace it with, these blue ones. These got the metal shafts on them, plus the quick disconnect. So that way, with the quick disconnects, if one of them ever wears out, I can just open it up, I can just unplug the new switch and put the new one in, just screw the nut back. I don't have to solder anything, so that's why I'm going to use these. So that's, I'm going to do that next once I get this other stuff done. I'll finish that up too, because it's kind of, those buttons are really flaky. That one's still broken. One of them's, the one on the bottom here is really intermittent. This one sticks, the contacts sometimes stick internally, and you got to switch the power off, hit the button a few times, turn it back on before, because the motors will just keep running if you don't turn the power off. So I have two of those switches are really bad, and this other one, that thing broke off the end of it. So I'm going to replace all of them with those new ones. Those new ones should work much better. So that's where I am. I'm just now getting squared away here, and should have it done pretty soon. So that's what I'm going to work on this week. It's a holiday. My daughter's off from school too, so I don't think we have anything planned, but I'm going to work on this junk today now that I feel better. And I was working on my website too a little bit. Has anybody seen the new Safari? The new Safari 15? I've actually been able to put the color up here. See what it does. The browser, whatever the website's programmed to, it'll actually you can change the color on it. See, if you go to YouTube or something, look, it's just boom. There's no color, right? They don't have it set up. YouTube doesn't have it. But see mine, boom. See the color? And if you go like say like monster.com, if you're looking for a job, look what they've done. Boom, see the whole thing, the whole browser changes color. It's pretty cool, man. So the stuff on the webs keeps getting better and better, seems like. So that's all I have for now. It's been about 10 minutes and 20 seconds. So this is W5HRO. Until the next time.